Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2019, powered by Twitch and raising money in support of the Prevent Cancer Foundation. My name is iggyzig, and I'm here to welcome you to the AGDQ2020 block of Doom. That's right, we're going to be carrying the carnage tonight with 3 fantastic FPS speedruns, kicking it off with KingDime, longtime friend of GDQ, doing a run of Doom SIGIL, and he is ready to go. So lock and load, brother. Rip and tear.
Hi, I'm KingDime. It's awesome to be back here again at GDQ doing another Doom run. So we've done all Doom IWADs so far with Doom 1, Doom 2, and Final Doom, but this one is Doom SIGIL. And this was a release in April of 2019 by the co-founder John Romero. So he made 2 maps in 2016, Tech Gone Bad and Phobos Mission Control, and he got great reception, and then he made an episode of maps for us, so that'll be the one that we do today. But before we get into it, there was a bid incentive for music, so was it the MIDIs by Jimmy or the MP3s by Buckethead?
All the James Paddock fans in the house better get your hands up. We're listening to Jimmy's MIDIs for this run.
Yeah. Fantastic. So Jimmy is a very prolific mapper in the Doom community who's done loads of fantastic things, and it's a great soundtrack too. But John Romero is also a self-proclaimed big fan of Buckethead. He calls him like a legendary guitarist aficionado. But yeah, before we get into it, just gonna do a quick couch introduction. So let's start over here.
Hi, I'm Mythical9, and I'm psyched to be here.
Matty Ice 3131. Probably seen me on a few times rooms before.
Alrighty, so we'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Doom!
All right, we got a hot start here. You can see there are these evil eyes which have been sort of repurposed in SIGIL. The game sort of teaches you that these need to be shot in order to open the way. Time got down to 7 health and actually starts off slipping off a ledge here. So we're just going to go ahead and restart that one. That's fine. We can take a better look at this room that you start in, actually. It's got this really sick star pattern made out of blood on the floor. Very, very Romero. Moving through some of these little decorations is maybe a macabre way of putting it, but it's sort of a secret path here, but weaving through them is a little difficult because they all have these kind of square hitboxes that stick out. This Lost Soul is in our way here. We need to get up on top of this platform, and we're saving here because we're doing something a little tricky. We need to land a shot on the SIGIL and then get onto the bridge as it rises. Nicely done.
You can just see how much, like, even compared to like normal Doom 1, this is clearly very difficult. I mean, you dropped to 7% health right at the beginning of the run.
Yeah, on the first stage. We're on to the second stage now. We're doing sort of a pacifist strat. I mean, he did just telefrag someone, I think, but we're trying not to shoot because we don't want to alarm an imp that is down here. We're taking a sort of secret teleporter that puts you in an advantageous position for this encounter, but we're not going to fight him. We're out of here. He's got way too much health for us to take down with a shotgun. We take another teleporter over to the Mega Armor. That's super important. Health and resources is very low all throughout SIGIL. We come to the end of the map. Again, pacifist, we don't want to shoot that guy. He's going to wake up monsters that teleport in. Right at the end here, as it's too late to stop us, we get to the exit, and that's map 2.
Yeah, and anyone who's actually played Sigil knows there's actually a cyber demon in that map. Dime doesn't want to deal with that, so we just kind of avoid him.
Yeah, teleport right around it. Map 3 starts with a new trick. Not a new, well, a newish trick. Doom speedrunning has been around for 25 years, so the fact that this is only a couple years ago that this was discovered. This is a 0 press. Being able to press switches from a little further away than normal. Nicely done. And we got a bit of time, well, maybe a bit more time for a donation here, so Iggy, hit us with one.
Hey, fantastic. Sponge219 sends us $75. He says, give me those sweet Jimmy middies. You got them, dude.
Awesome.
And we have Pavera with a $75 donation. No comment, but thank you so much for your generosity.
All right, Dime dropping is safety save because of this Baron of Hell here. Did manage to get around him. It's very easy to get blocked by him, and if you do, all those other enemies move into position to block. It can be a real big problem. This Lost Soul, also a problem. We need him out of the way because at the end of this map, there's a Caco Demon who we do not want to block us in too much. He will almost always block us, but that was actually really well done.
Good. Yeah, that was really quick. So here we've got something of a little bit of a hub map where normally you'd go down each of these 3 paths and get a key at the end of each of them. But in this case, we're actually going to do a pretty interesting trick, and we'll let Mythical explain this since he knows a little better than I do.
Yeah, there are 3 colored bars, and we need to get a key from each path to let them all down. Instead, we're going to take this path because it puts us in a high place, and we're going to jump over them all. But first, this Crusher section is absolutely perilous. Gets the kill on the Spectre with the rocket. It's a 7 out of 8 chance that you do enough damage to take him out. So that was just a little bit of good luck, maybe just avoiding bad luck is the better way to think about it. Setting up for this trick now to jump over the bars. This is, you can think of this kind of like Sonic charging up a spin dash here. I think he's got it, so 1.5 seconds about, and he's over. Oh, but he goes too far. He's gonna have to walk that one back and do it again. But that gives us time to talk a little bit about how it works. There's a very small movement vector that gets rounded down to a 0, and then the game doesn't handle the 0 very well. You're against a wall, you're not against a wall, and that's what lets you build up speed against the wall in this way. Not quite there. There's a lot of movement techniques and tricks and quirks to the Doom engine that have been discovered over a long period of time. Yeah, put the hands together.
As we know from a lot of previous Doom speedruns, walls are a suggestion. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make you go a lot faster, and sometimes you go right through them.
We got a very tough level coming up here. We're going to try to clear out some enemies. And we need to keep our health as high as possible. So we're going to get this secret health. Wow.
10%.
Wow. Thanks. That'll help us against these 2 cyber demons on either side of us who will basically one-shot Dime if they hit directly. That's why Dime's going to be careful to make sure he's not standing somewhere where he doesn't want a rocket to be in a little bit. Getting that Cacodemon out of the way. We got time for 1 donation.
Sounds great. $25 comes us courtesy from Gigglesticks. Says, love me some AGDQ. Thanks to all the runners and staff for another great year. Thank you.
All right, Secret Rocket brings down another box of rockets. Also opens line of sight to the Cyber Demon, so you do want to be quick as soon as you pick that up. In this room, there is a trick available where you make use of the fact that one action cannot happen while another is happening. But we're not going to do that because we want to take a different exit out of here that picks up a blue Mega Armor. And Mega Armor is super good, not just for giving you 200 armor, but it also gives you 50% damage reduction. So as opposed to 33 that you would get from other armor sources. So basically it's super good and we need it because Dime is coming up on a really long stretch, this sort of red gauntlet filled with enemies. We need a key at the end of it. So here's us going around to grab this Mega Armor. And as Dime makes his way through just a couple of boring brown buildings and through this gauntlet, we got time for a couple donations.
Thanks, Mythical. $25 comes to us from Admiral Flapjack. It says, hello to KingDime from the GDQ practice room. Thank you for your words of advice to the missed speedrunners yesterday. We're all glad to have met you. Now, dispatch the forces of hell. Rip and tear.
No problem, Admiral. It was great to meet you, too. Don't want that weapon out. Wrong weapon.
Just kind of a shooting gallery here as the enemies come down. If you were really low on health, which is very easy to happen in Sigil, that Berserk Pack will kick you back up to 100, but here is that gauntlet. We're trying to stay vaguely to the left. That's kind of generally more open due to the way the monsters are kind of moving as you approach, but look how easy it is to get blocked in. The Lost Souls will come at you from behind as well. You can see if Dime had no armor, he would have 4 health at that point, I think, so Mega Armor really doing its job here. Baron of Hell, close quarters, guarding the yellow key. Oh. Okay, he's alive, but he's not out of this room yet. Okay, now across the lava. Hiding behind a tree a little bit here. Nice, okay.
Definitely a little bit low on health here.
Absolutely. This section coming up, baiting out an attack by the Pinky, then putting distance to land that rocket. This section here, it is very easy to take a little bit of splash damage from your rockets, so 22 health is not where Dime wants to be here. 16 and down to 10 now. This is doable, though. There are some shotgunners who can absolutely pick Dime off at this point, but I think he can do it. Stepping on a trigger on the floor there that opens up a path back where we just were at the top of the lift, and actually took no damage through that section, and the shotgunner missed. Nice. Just a little bit of a good RNG there. There is a lot of RNG in Doom. Dancing around the outside of the enemies there. Nicely done. And here we have a very dark map. We're going to pick up some secret cells in the dark here. We got time for 1 very quick donation.
Sure thing, $150 from Booney92. It says, greetings from Australia. Good luck to all the runners.
All right, that was perfect. As Dime just opens a BFG secret here, something to put those 100 cells to use. You've probably noticed Dime's been kind of creeping around that green armor. Unfortunately, I think he maybe got a little bit too close to it. He's trying to avoid spawning a bunch of Barons of Hell, but here they are in his way now. He manages to get past them, but they're kind of gonna be back there, maybe causing trouble. We got a weird series of events here. You shoot that sort of empty space to bring this down, pick up the cells, and he didn't quite have enough time to get back to the elevator. So the good news is we don't have to deal with those Barons. The bad news is we've lost our chance to execute a trick where we jump over a wall. It saves just a very minor amount of time, but you don't really have anything better to do while you wait for these timed elements. So why not at least try to go for it? Here's that wall slowly coming down here now. Enemies might block us, but nice job getting into the teleporter. Moving on to, I think, probably my favorite part of the whole run here. This castle, the fortress of the Cyber Demon. You can hear him clomping around in there somewhere. Dime doesn't know exactly where he is. It will be a bit of a surprise sometimes when he just decides to pop up and shoot you off the top of the castle ramparts here, especially because you're extremely vulnerable coming out of a teleporter. Not only are you blind from the green flash, but also you literally can't move. Oh, that was the splash damage from the Cyber Demon. All right, so nice backup with the Berserk pack, but unfortunately we do have to run this gauntlet again. Oh, you saw the Cyber Demon light up a little bit there. Oh, and please, oh.
He's trying to kick me out of his house.
This is just...
You didn't ask to come in.
Yeah, that's right. You just shot things with a plasma gun instead. Maybe just try being polite. We'll see how it goes this time. That's just, Doom is a very random game, like I said, but wow.
He is
very
not happy today.
Very random game. It is, you know, obviously speedrunners are always constantly frustrated with randomness in their speedruns. It kind of, you know, gets in the way. I did everything perfect, but I still failed. But when it comes to Doom, there's usually something you can do about it. Now, a rocket that finds you while you're helpless out of the teleporter is one thing, but the random movement of enemies usually means that there's some other path you can take through a level. And so it keeps it like really fresh. No run of Doom is ever the same as the one before. So it gives it a lot of replay value, which is very valuable to speedrunners. All right, we're through this time.
There we go.
We're pretty good on health. We had the option to pick up a secret soul sphere at the start of the map here, but 172 is good enough for Dime. He's going to be shooting through here and just kind of tearing down this bit of the wall here. As we pick up the red key and head to the red key door, we do have time for at least one more donation.
Fantastic. Unknown AZN sends us $50. Their comment says, awesome event. Always awesome to see gamers unite to help those in need. Thank you so much.
Climbing up the gray cliffs up to the red key door, sneaking around a little bit. It is possible to fall off here. It happened just once in practice, but I think Dime was a little more careful there ever since that happened. Plasma gun taking care of things in close quarters, as it does. And we got a section now coming up where not being able to trigger an action while something is moving still. Right here, you can see he paused there waiting for this to go up. He can't hit the switch to bring it back down until it's done, and he wants to spend as little time in that room as possible. A lot of things flood in. We don't want to have to spend the time, energy, ammo, resources fighting all that stuff. So really good movement through a very tough stage. 144 health is fantastic at this point.
Yeah,
Going through
no issue getting through pretty much anything here.
Down to 72 all of a sudden because of a room full of shotgunners. All right, we are coming up on a very, very involved trick here. As you step through these doorways, you get teleported somewhere else. The next one takes a long time. We don't want to have to deal with it. So Dime is using a series of visual cues and precise, consistent movements. He's coming backwards with a lot of speed. He gets it. Moving on to a sort of very treacherous section. There's two main challenges in Sigil, the low resources, particularly health, and also just the environment. There's a lot of just tricky places to navigate. And to help get through this section, as well as to avoid a glitch in some of the movement physics, which he does avoid, he lines up that nice little strafe run through that section, a strafe run over the gap to get the yellow key. BFG on the Kaku Demons does connect. 36 health, you'd think it would be low, but it's actually on the high end for what's normally here at the end of this very difficult map, but it's not done yet. The Bruiser Bros are here behind the door. That is so mean, but not a problem for Dime.
So satisfying watching them both just melt when you open the door, though.
Yeah, for sure. We are on the final map. I am warning you guys now, there is a very abrupt end to this run. We're using the BFG here to take out these Lost Souls because they're going to be blocking us as we try to do the final jump to end the run here. It's a really big skip. There's a boss fight against a Cyber Demon and a Spider Mastermind, and ideally, we're not going to see any of it. Dime's going to get up onto the staircase here, clear out these enemies, get into position, and we'll see if he makes this jump. Oh, not quite. This has been a bit of trouble lately in practice. So now, not only do you need to do this jump again, but more enemies have had time to move into position. So it starts to get a pretty hairy situation here. Try number 2.
Looks good.
Oh, that's it. Hey, why don't we quick take a peek here? The man behind the curtain. What's this zombie man doing here? What's up with that? All right, he's that final boss defeated. There's the end of the run. Put your hands together for Dime, everybody.
Time.
It's just shaky through that whole run. SIGIL can get really hairy, especially through maps 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it's one of the shorter runs, but you said, like, I'm more nervous about this one than any of the other Doom runs.
Yeah, for sure. Romero totally stepped it up with the difficulty. He wanted to make it more difficult than Die Flesh Consume because it's like an unofficial sequel to Episode 4. Also, shoutouts to Christopher Lavelle, who this has like the cover art and the art in SIGIL. And there's a really creepy, sinister picture here coming up.
With less than sinister music currently.
I don't know. Is this more or less sinister than the original?
Oh, it's getting creepy.
That shows up for this.
Look at this
second
thing.
Doom one.
Oh, it's glorious. Well, that's gonna do it. It's pretty awesome that, the man behind Doom put out more Doom in 2019 for us to play. We're super thankful that John Romero did that, and it might be really cool if he was to do another one, maybe with like the Doom 2 monsters and SIGIL 2, and we'd play it, enjoy it, and probably speedrun it a lot.
I mean, I would play it.
For sure. Well, thank you everyone and GDQ for letting me do another Doom run, and shout outs to Mythical 9 and Matty Ice with their fantastic commentary, Iggy as the host, and the lovely audience tonight. And next up we have a awesome kind of new school / retro FPS by the New Bloods called A Medieval, so stick around.
Thank you so much, Dime, for that incredible Doom Sigil run. Before you go, I have a $20 donation from Gravis Lizard. He says, that's one Doom Space Marine. Thank you so much, Gravis Lizard. That's right. Hail to the KingDime, baby. And we also have $25 from Shyco10. He says, the blessings of the Doominati are with you, Dime. That's a fantastic run. You got a lot of love. All right, guys, I'm going to be tossing it over to a quick Twitch ad. Don't worry, though, we'll be back in a little bit. Don't touch that tab. Welcome back, everybody, to Awesome Games Done Quick 2020. Coming up next is a run of A Medieval by Psychosis. But before that, we're going to be tossing it over to Jhobz at the interview desk, where he's going to be talking with Byteme, the runner of Doom 2016.
Thank you, Iggy, and welcome back, everybody, to Awesome Games Done Quick 2020. My name is Jhobz, and I am joined by not one, but two people here, two awesome Doom runners. We have Byteme, and we have Red Warrior. Thanks for joining me, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for having us here. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I am so excited to talk about Doom because I've talked about it a little bit before in other previous GDQs and stuff, but I hadn't actually played the game yet, and now I have, and now I get it. You know, it's one of those, like, you're just like, oh, it's just a shooter with a lot of gore and like some cool like execution stuff, but it's like no, you got to play the game and get it.
Oh yeah, when you first approach the game, you're thinking, guns, demons, but then you actually get into the driver's seat, and next thing you know, you're just aggressively tearing things apart, and you're like, oh my god, I can't stop. Oh, it's a chainsaw. I gotta cut you in half.
Well, you're gonna be running like we said. We just saw Doom Sigil from KingDime, which we got to watch that here, and that was an awesome run.
Great job, Dime. That was fantastic.
But you're going to be running the remake, and both of you are up here, Red Warrior, you're actually going to be commentating, and you are you are a runner as well for the remake. Yeah, and you are going to be running 100%, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That is correct.
What is it about 100% and the way you like to play this game that really appeals to you?
Oh man, so 100% Nightmare is just a real high-octane experience. It really challenges your skills in FPS arena. So the AI is just extremely aggressive, and the elements of the combat chess are so pure that it keeps you on your toes every second of the game. So you're constantly having to think, constantly having to react. No two runs are the same.
That's super cool. And Red Warrior, to kind of piggyback off the no two runs are the same, is there a lot of RNG in this run? Is it more of knowing, is it one of those games where like you memorize every spawn, or is it you got to memorize every potential spawn because they might pick something different?
In fact, there's little RNG involved indeed, but the most of the levels really work the same, that there are fixed spawn patterns. You will see that throughout the entire game, actually, that you pretty much have to learn the pattern, and you can shoot wherever you.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I love that, because then you could just like be sitting there waiting for somebody to round a corner, and you know that they're coming at 1 second
like
or 2 seconds and, from when you lined up. That's great. But with Doom 2016 being out for a couple of years now and stuff, they have decided to make a sequel to the game, Doom Eternal, and I know you're very excited for that with the shirt, wearing the shirt and everything. So, what do you think? Day one speed running that, or day two maybe after you played it for a while? How excited are you for that game?
So I got to tell you, there's going to be like a 2-week embargo on the speed runs.
Okay.
I'm really thankful for that because I want to enjoy the game before I tear it apart. But yeah, so I'm going to just be doing some achievement hunting. I'll play like the hardest difficulty, and then I'll give the permadeath mode a stab. But yeah, March 20th is going to be a hell of a ride for sure.
Awesome, really cool. I'm looking forward to that one for sure, because like I said, I only just played Doom like just last year, so I really want to look for the new one as soon as it comes out.
Man, have you joined the Slayers Club yet?
What? I don't even think I know what the Slayers Club is. Please enlighten me.
Oh my God, so the Slayers Club is this awesome opportunity for people to go and sign up and join. You get points, you can unlock skins, get perks at the Bethesda store. It's just a really great opportunity, so anybody out there who hasn't signed up really should.
Is that a good way to like get into speedrunning, just something that kind of has you play the game a lot more? Because I mean, oftentimes that's the kind of best practice early on, right?
Oh yeah, it's, if you're passionate about a game and, you want to learn, speedrunning, joining the community, getting into the Discords, talking to the runners out there, that's really the best way to go. And Doom is one of the surprisingly best communities I've ever been a part of. I mean, for a game that has so much violence and aggression in it, you find the nicest people, the most helpful individuals, and you're just like, how does this even make sense?
Yeah, we were talking about just a little bit before the interview. It's weird how you see that dynamic. It's like how metalheads are some of the like best and most well-loved concert goers that you'll ever see. You twist an ankle or something, they'll lift you up out of the crowd and run you 10 miles to the hospital.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I do want to throw it out to some social media questions because there are big fans of Doom out there. And we got one from Nanorkizian. I'm sure I mispronounced that. I'm so sorry. But they asked, how many hours have you played Doom 2016? I want to throw this up to both of you. And let's actually start with Red Warrior. What do you think about how many hours?
I got into the game relatively late. It was, yeah, second to last September, and I believe I have around 1,400. That's what I mean.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,400 hours, I believe. But yeah.
Wow, that is wild. And already second place. Like you said, you came into it pretty late into the game, second place 100%. That's amazing.
I had a good mentor.
Speaking of, Byteme, how many hours do you think you got in this game overall?
And I really don't want to answer that question. Steam has me pegged at over 3,000, but I guarantee you a good chunk of that is from me leaving the game on and then going to work and coming back and seeing that I left this on. So I'd probably say I'm in between 1,200 to 1,400 hours.
Wow.
I believe you can also add the mental practice you do in your brain.
Oh,
you can add that as well.
About that. I don't want to.
So you have way more hours there.
I'd love to dig into that just a little bit more. What do you mean exactly about the mental practice? Like a routing kind of thing, or more just memorizing maps? What really?
Yeah, like that. And to think about how you can make the run even more efficient with weapon routing, weapon masteries, whatever. And simply go through the spawn patterns I mentioned earlier, and you will see later.
Yeah, I know one of the things I'm super excited to look out for is specifically like what weapons you're using in various situations, and when you decide to pull out the chainsaw to get yourself some nice ammo refills, stuff like that. I'm sure it's all routed out to what feels right, and I'm looking forward to it myself. I do want to close on just one final question, and I'm actually going to kind of combo it with a social media question we got from Pact1017. They asked, what is your favorite part or area to speedrun in Doom? And I want to kind of really extend that out into what is a moment that people out there should be watching for, should be tuning in for your run, especially if they're not familiar with Doom. They're like, I just kind of want to check this out, see what all the fuss is about. What is that moment they should really be tuning in for?
Man, you know, there are several moments that are just really crazy. You know, there's the end arena and foundry, and then you've got each of the bosses, the Cyber Demon, the Hell Guards, and the Spider Mastermind. I think, you know, the last handful, the last 2 levels get insane.
Oh, yeah?
So those would be the levels to join in and check out.
All right, so be sure to be tuning in right at the end there, everybody, if nothing else. But come on, you know you want to watch this one from the beginning. I know I do. I'm excited for the Hell Guards personally because I got to beat my buddy Kizaron in a race because of those things. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be super fun. Byteme and Red Warrior, thank you. By the way, great name. Weird to say to you, but great name with the spelling. Thank you so much for talking to me about Doom. And I'm going to wish you the best of luck on your run. But first, I got to throw it back up to the front because we are very close to being ready for a medieval being run by Psychosis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Do appreciate that fantastic interview. Ladies and gentlemen, the Block of Doom continues. Wait, let me try that again. The Block of Doom continues with a medieval. Now, if you haven't heard of this game before, you're going to find it very interesting that it fits in between Doom 93 and Doom 2016. Think about old school Raven software titles like Heretic, Hexen. Think about old school Quake. And you'll be seeing what Psychosis is going to be cooking up for you. It is going to be an 90% out of bounds run. So you're going to be seeing some incredible vertical movement, and some segments at the end are absolutely uncanny. That's the word I'm sticking with, uncanny. Looking ahead, though, we do have some challenges ready to be met through the night. Bayonetta 2 has a difficulty upgrade to 3rd climax. It's currently at $10,717 out of $15,000. Now, if you want to take an already hot run and make it extra spicy, be prepared to put your donations towards that. Also, we got Tron Evolution, all collectibles. It's a pretty fantastic game, very underlooked, and seeing more of it is going to be nothing but a good time. So be sure to put your money towards that, too. Longbow Havoc, since it's $150, says this is a great time of the year, and I always love seeing so many games destroyed in enjoyable new ways. And honk. Oh, wow. I'm hosting that on Saturday. Y'all are going to eat me alive, aren't you? Thank you so much, Longbow Havoc. Thank you to Stinky Bean for his $25 donation. Said my brother introduced me to GDQ about 6 years ago, and it has been amazing seeing this event grow every year. I love you all, and go fast. We have $50 from CompuMantra. Oh, I love that name, CompuMantra. Says, thanks for raising money for such a great cause. Go quick, speedrunners. I had to wait a little bit for that drop for the moon thing. This is incredible. Anani Moose sends us a $50 donation with no comment. Jack out there loves it with his $15 donation. His comment reads, love it, love it. Awesome runs and awesome games. Honk. IRL Gumi sends $100, says, I've been watching for 5 years since I discovered you all while recovering from getting my wisdom teeth out. I haven't missed an event once. You all do such good, wonderful work, and I'm so glad I could finally contribute financially. Let's get a round of applause for all the volunteers and the runners. They're putting in so much work for this great cause. Thank you so much. Honk. And a smiley with a really big nose. I wonder if it's somebody we know. Hey, if you don't mind, I want to take this time to remind you guys why we're here and why we're doing what we do. The Prevent Cancer Foundation, founded in 1985, is a US-based nonprofit organization. Their mission is to save lives across all populations through cancer prevention and early detection by focusing their work through research, education, outreach, and advocacy. Their vision is to stop cancer before it starts. You can find out more information about the PCF at preventcancer.org. Oh, the block of doom has claimed another casualty. Doomed Sheep sends us a $25 donation with no comment. I guess it got him before he could put a comment in. Thank you so much, Doom Sheep. Big finger to Kalam for his $25 donation. No comment, but I just wanted to recognize your generosity of generousness. Thank you. $50 comes from Reasoning123. They say simply, GDQ is amazing. JadaMan03 coming in with that $25 donation. Says, finally got my girlfriend watching AGDQ. She isn't much of a gamer, but loves watching the people dance at the events. I'll donate another $75 if we can get a dance party going. Donation, runner's choice. You heard the man, people. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, man, y'all are great. Okay, I could spell this out, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to give it a shot. Flip 32 sends us $100. No comment. Thank you so much. PHLIP. Flip. Yes. Want to shout out another one of our incredible sponsors, the Yeti, creating awesome merch and apparel for video game culture. They have been our official sponsor of Games Done Quick events since 2011 with over $1 million donated to GDQ charities. All profits from the AGDQ 2020 collection goes to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. You can check them on out at www.theyetee.com. I know you guys have seen those really incredible attendee shirts people have been wearing throughout the event. Why not get one yourself? We have a $25 donation and the urge to destroy my throat from somebody named Draken Lupin. His comment reads simply, Doom. Thank you so much. IDDQD sends us $20. They say, Doom holds up. Indeed it does. I feel kind of degreeless right now. I don't know why. Thank you. Thanks to Colin League for their $10 donation. They say, I've been watching for a long time, first time giving. You have all given me hours of enjoyment. Keep up the great work. Good luck, runners. Honk. You know, I don't think the prize man has had a chance to show the new prize block yet, but I can tell you what you get for $20 donation. A single $20 donation gets you in the running to win a Bayonetta framed art print, an Arctis One wireless, a Doom Kako Demon plush. His name's Kako, he's very adorable. A Doom Eternal Mondo print, a Doom Slayer bronze figurine, and a Doom vinyl box set and slip mat. All that could possibly be yours for one single $20 donation. I love prizes, what can I say? This is Nate, sends us $25. He says, I've been watching GDQ events since 2015 and have managed to make it to 2 of them. Bummed I couldn't make it this year. Oh, man. But I've been loving watching it so far. Let's beat these games and let's beat cancer. Oh man, I'm loving this Crystallis music. I don't want to talk over it. Zinko sends us a $100 donation. No comment, but thank you so much for your generosity. I'm proud of you guys. We're making some progress on Bayonetta 2, but we can definitely do some more. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Chippy fights Zolgon.